Well, good day to you too, Bottom Boy. Thank you for the 36 months to triple 12. Welcome back. I have a genuine question for you guys. Am I the only one that forgets this map exists? Because I'll tell you the inspiration behind this particular stream. I was recording for the Hunter Classic, that's going to be tomorrow's video, as many Tuesdays are. And I hunted Piccabeen Bay, the Australia map in Classic. And like 2 hours in, I was trying to think of what I was going to stream today. And then I kind of remembered Emerald Coast is a thing. Actually, I was kind of hunting sandbar deer in Classic. Got to thinking, like, you know, the sandbar in Call of the Wild are pretty cool. So here we are. That's why we're here. What's going on, Timothy? Danny's in here. I saw Pizza as well. What's up, Cannon? There's a kangaroo out there, which doesn't like us. I still don't think we've killed a diamond in single player. We've killed a couple of diamond-roos. Is that 5 going to hang around? Not a potential Hall of Shamer, but we'll try to get him anyway. Maybe if there's not a bodyguard. That's not the one. Well, it'll get it. I guess we're on level 3 kangaroos for now. Kyla, thank you for the 14 months as a Shusty. Welcome back. Certainly appreciate that. Not sure why the membership alerts aren't working today. I saw Australia in the title and I was like, ah, no Call of the Wild. I'm telling you, man, it's weird. It's got a little bit, and it's funny because, you know, parts of the world, it's got a little bit of Te Awaroa to it. It's a really cool map. It's got some amazing species, but there's this aspect of like, I don't know, it doesn't quite have that I can't wait to go back feeling. Once you've had all the diamonds, which we were very fortunate and did probably in like under 2 weeks, maybe 1 week. I don't know, I love the map, I really do enjoy hunting it, but it's missing something. New timeout links apparently. I was wondering if there was an update because now when I like mouse over to my OBS screen, I can't type in the chat, which I'm hoping, I mean for YouTube it doesn't matter because I'm logged out, but I hope they don't do that for Twitch. What's up, Jackson? Thank you for these 17 months. Welcome back. Certainly appreciate that. Just started with 112 hours in. Nice, man. Do you think Emerald Coast is a good spot for a red deer grind? To be fair, I don't know if it's better than Te Awaroa. Is it good? I would say yes. I find that there's some really good lakes for red deer on this map. I think that the thing that Te Awaroa does, and the reason that it probably can't be topped, is it packs so many red deer into such like small areas. Like you'll maybe have a lake like this on Te that has like, I don't know, 15 stags. It's really, I can't imagine anything being better than that. There's several spots there that are just absurd. What's up, Statler? Doing pretty good. Got the classic video recorded for tomorrow. After this stream, I'm heading back up to my parents. Spent the day there yesterday. Actually, it was sort of 3 things. My birthday was a couple days ago. My sister's fiance's birthday was a couple weeks ago. So they kind of celebrated both of our birthdays at my parents yesterday. And then the Steelers played Sunday night, and they won, so that was great. But I'm going back up tonight to help my brother with getting his arrows all tuned up, ready to go for this season. And I'm probably going to do some practicing myself, so rather looking forward to that. I also need to steal/borrow my dad's pull saw, so I forgot it last night. Is the timeout thing a PC thing? Maybe. What's going on, Fro? Hey, I read your message and it was during the game and I forgot to get back to you. I shall try to do that. W Steelers win? So now, you know, you start to wonder, like, is their oh, hello there. It's bigger than I thought. Is their offense, like, actually kind of okay? And is Cleveland and obviously the 49ers defense just very good? Or, you know, are the Raiders that bad? I think it's a little of both. Happy belated birthday? Well, thank you. Do you know how to fix, what error is that? Just got Emerald Coast, any suggestions? Assuming you've not hunted the map, like, at all yet. If you're looking for kangaroos, basically, like, the dry bone plateau. They are in other areas on the map, but if you just want to hunt kangaroos, they're loaded down here in the southwest. If you want to hunt crocs, go up the coast on the east side. It is literally absurd over there. You go up through here. If you've hunted gators on Mississippi, you may recall how sometimes they can be difficult to spot. That's not an issue with the crocs. They're in the wide open, like, most of the times go aggressive, no big deals. Shot my first black grouse, nice, man. Glad to hear that hunt went well. Think about what you've done. So I'm sure you had a great time watching the Chiefs because of Taylor? Oh, Kylo you're probably talking to? I did not watch much of that game. That was pretty rough. Poor Bears. I had it on, but I prefer, like, if it's not a team I'm rooting for, I prefer to watch something that's semi-close. Hey, thank you, Maximus. What are some of the best tips you have bow hunting? Just for the sake of clarity, are we talking about bow hunting in game or in real life? Hunted Quattro for the first time in a while and got me a 265 red deer. Nice, man. I could go for a diamond red deer right about now. If you're grinding them or whatever, you know, they become a dime a dozen, but random encounters, they are pretty stunning. I don't know what to play, so I'm gonna sit and fish. Thought you didn't like that game. I'm very, what's the word? Pleased, I guess. Just to see that, like, a lot of people who didn't necessarily care for the angler are giving it a chance and actually enjoying it. I think it's cool to see. Then there was a Flinter stream. What's going on, K-Flow? The game's enjoyable. It is. Like, it's not a perfect fishing game, but it is fun. Jackson, thank you for the super chat. I certainly appreciate that. Went out small game hunting yesterday and got stopped by a state boy. I don't know why. I'll get back to that in a second. Less than an hour after I got stopped, I bagged 5 squirrels, 4 partridges, 5 snowshoe hares, and 2 coyotes. Holy. Did he stalk all the animals in the entire state for it? That's awesome, man. I can't even remember what the thing was, Bottom Boy, but I know you... Oh, it was the Mountie thing. That was the first thing I thought of when I said Red State Boy. Shot a diamond, Banteng, red deer, axis deer, and pink feral pig yesterday. Nice. The axis deer... they still have that problem. It's kind of like black buck and stuff. When they came out, they were such common diamonds that nobody cared about them. Now they're like actually kind of rare, and I think they look awesome. But I feel like they get overlooked because of that. Oh, what a shot. Just matrix dodge that. There were 2 that lived, right? Maybe just 1? I don't know for sure, but I imagine quail are like any other bird species, and you have to kill literally all the birds in the flock to get respawns, so that was why we actually just smoked all of those. I keep hearing things, but I think it's these dead bodies moving. It is. Every time... That's weird. Every time we harvest one, I hear them move around. Killed an albino water buffalo yesterday. There you go. Gave you good luck? It sounds like it. Nice job on the coyotes, too. That's definitely not an easy task to get a couple of coyotes, let alone with a 22. Hiked 8 miles of the Appalachian Trail yesterday. Your music was on loop in my mind. My music? What do you talk? Maybe stream music. Hopefully I'm not making music. It wouldn't be good. Dusted that thing? Smoked. Just like I didn't dust anything in Kentucky. What's up, Mr. Freeze? New to the Hunter game, and was just wondering if your new player guides from 2022 are still useful. Best of my knowledge, everything in those guides is still current information. Fairly soon here, because I tend to do like a new beginner's guide every 2 years, because the game doesn't change that drastically from year to year. Probably the end of this year, I'm going to do a 2023-2024 guide, but the information largely will be the same, probably just with some like, you know, new additions. Maybe work towards getting a different gun, potentially a new map, like the Emerald Coast could be more beginner friendly. I have to think about that. I'm not sure I would say it is, but, you know, minor stuff. The main approach to the game, the way the game works, all those mechanics are the same. Now, if you go back to my 2018 beginner guide, the one that has, like, absurd amount of views, a lot of that stuff, unfortunately, isn't current. There's plenty that is, but, like, spine shots and those sorts of things used to be the meta in the game that no longer is. So, 2022 guide will be current information. Dark Sword, thank you so much for the super chat. My way of giving back, thanks for keeping me true to Call of the Wild. It really started to fall off for me. Then I got that diamond red deer and Malek croc. Oh, dude, Malek croc is so cool. I've been wanting to do a little bit of croc hunting. I don't know why. I have a hard time doing it for a video, so I guess we're just going to do it in today's stream. Mellow would be like the dream, though. They look cool. Oh, nice, Eli. I remember that was the one where you like chose the thing, but you didn't know you had to present it, right? Is Manchester blue or red? Oh, God. Blue. I don't know. What's up, Atcha? Hey, was that you that sent me a, oh, what the heck? Apex friend request thing? It was a Hatcho. I'm assuming it was you. All Broncos crying aloud. Oh, my God. 70 points. What the heck? I've never seen anything like that. I don't think that guy's gonna die. And not only did they score 70 points, they held off scoring more. Like, they could have set the NFL record for points in a game. The Broncos' defense was good. Like, they were legitimately good last year. And I know the Dolphins' offense is good. I didn't see that coming. I did pick the Dolphins to win in my NFL picks video on that channel, but I didn't think they'd win by 50. What's your favorite Predator trophy in Classic? Ooh. Good question. Oh god. Hope you like the tornado siren sounding thing outside. Favorite Predator trophy in Classic? You know what it probably is? I don't think we have any significant rares. So, my biggest grizzly bear ever. It's a 27 point something, which they don't go above 27. It was like top 10 on the leaderboard. But the thing that I really like about it, it's not that common brown variation. It's what I call the gray variant. I was thinking about this today. I'm like certain that it used to be called gray, but it's just another variant of common, but the lighter brown color of grizzly that you can get. And I don't care for the regular common, so it was exactly what I wanted. Killed it like in the dark, charging me with a crossbow. I had no idea it was about to be a huge male. Those sorts of encounters, especially when you kill a trophy and you don't know it's about to be special. I just love that stuff. Bears versus Broncos. If anybody wants to weigh in on this, I'd be interested, because I don't know what, when it comes to picking week 4 games, the Bears and Broncos one, I don't have a clue what direction do you even go with that? Do you go with the team that let up 70 points, or do you go with the team that scored, what did they get, 3? Maybe they had 7 against the Chiefs. Was that actually a tornado siren? It's a fire siren, but it sounds like a tornado siren. Typically fire sirens are like way higher pitched. What's up, Mel? I only need Mixon and Pakua to score 127 to tie with Acid this week. Wait. Puka, maybe? Or Nakua? Maybe you just combine them. Miami also beat the record for most yards on offense in a single game. Actually, they were like 9 yards shy, I think, unless there was some kind of change. They had the most since 1951. It was the Norm Van Brocklin Rams, I believe, that had the most. But I think it's 734 or 735. The Dolphins had 726, and again, they could have gotten those yards. They called off the dogs, kinda. Any trophies yet? Nothing to speak of so far. We're just getting going. What's up, Angelic? Is the Bladed 9 still alive? Potentially. I did not get to lay eyes on the deer, and I feel like I would have been able to identify him had I been there. Last Monday, my sister and her fiance were at my parents' for the Steelers Monday night game. Kyle and I came up, but it was after my stream here, so we didn't get there till a little bit later. And I guess there was a big buck that looked like the Bladed 9 out there. My sister took a picture through binoculars. It's so blurry, like it's impossible to really identify anything, but it's a huge bodied deer. He's obviously old. He's got a good frame and stuff, got good mass. And, you know, the thing that gives me the most hope about it, because it kind of resembles him, but, you know, most deer kind of resemble most other deer, if you know what I mean. But I don't imagine there's that many, you know, 5-6+ year old deer on that property. So I'm really hoping it's him. Still crazy to see, and then the NFL shook up right now because of Nick Chubb's injury. I was glad to see the Browns rebounded though, and actually they beat the Titans pretty badly. I had Derrick Henry in fantasy. I'm pretty sure he got like 1 point. So it makes me feel less bad about the Steelers run game the week before. What state do you live in? I'm in Pennsylvania. Have you got any deer with the bow yet? Ever? About 10 bucks on film with the bow. I have one, that 8-point I shot in West Virginia last year. I'm trying to think how many deer I got on film with the bow. I killed 1 my first year, 3 my second year, and then, ow, 1 my third and fourth year? So what's that, 6? Must have just missed the lungs. Still waiting for that one rare encounter with them. Wait, was that a rare? No. Just a white underbelly. It got me for a second there. 3030 is an underrated gun for whitetail and Call of the Wild, in my opinion, along with the 4570. I like the 3030. The thing about the lever actions is the scopes, and I'm not sure why. Like, I guess when the game initially came out, if you wanted the better scope, you had to go 243 or 7 mil, I guess would be the 4570 equivalent. And in both cases, the 3030 is a tad more powerful than the 243, and the 4570, of course, has, you know, it's not a single shot. So that ability to have like a quick follow-up, I guess, maybe is the reason they didn't give you as good a scope. And the zeroing too, you can't zero as far. Bought my license today and I had to do a survey to check out. Did you harvest a deer with archer equipment in 2022? No. Ooh. I remember that survey. I think I get that survey for non-resident. Killed an albino feral goat not too long ago. They're cool. They used to like not really stand out because there's that white variant too. It was really tough. I imagine a lot of people probably inadvertently passed up albinos. Now they really stand out, and it quite helps with that situation. Oh god, covered head to toe in poison ivy from dove hunting? That does not sound enjoyable. I still, after Kentucky, feel like I am. We got bit up by what, I don't know if it's the correct term, but what Will has said are like seed ticks. Just a bunch of very tiny little bugs. Not enjoyable. Hey, thank you, Angelic. You know, it would have been really cool if one of us could have gotten the deer in Kentucky, but it's a learning process when it comes to hunting public land. I think probably we, like, Tennessee was a gun hunt, so you don't have to be as precise. If you can get within 100 yards of where they're maybe going to come through at, then, you know, you can still get a shot. With a bow, it definitely requires some, like, really precise reading of sign and how the land lays and how the deer may use it. So, opportunities to learn, opportunities to hopefully get better for future hunts. Gonna get back on the Australia map. I have a guaranteed diamond feral goat I gotta get that keeps evading me. I had one, I don't know if it was a guaranteed diamond, but it certainly looked like it was gonna make it. It was in multiplayer. And literally, I was like starting to put pressure on my left mouse button to pull the trigger. I got desynced from the game and I could not get back in there. Sounds good, Kyler. Dad's in British Columbia hunting moose I got left behind. Oh man, that ain't right. Where would you want to hunt if you could travel the world? My number one like bucket list hunt is caribou in Alaska. Ideally with the bow, but as I've said many times with this question, I'm not particularly picky. If it were a gun hunt, you know, I'm not gonna complain. In case you didn't see the message, oh, I did miss it. You are indeed that hatchet. Okay, cool. Have you got a rare croc yet? I don't think I have. Not pretty sure we've not killed any rare crocs, which seems insane. You know, the way that they are and how they're just like stacked along that beach. We're gonna run up there fairly soon. We almost ought to change our loadout because we're running with basically the preset I made for the best loadout for 2023. I can't remember. It must have been post-Australia? Or maybe it was just before, because I had the 243 in there. And not the 22-250, but either way. We probably want a little more firepower for the crocs. I know we did a little bit of bow hunting for them, and that's kind of fun. We'll see. We're going to swing up through here. Might even just fast travel, because I want to get some sandbar. Why don't we do it that way instead? Let's start here and go across. We'll get up into the swamp and then off to the beach. The light browns look amazing. They really do. Them and leucistics, really all the rares. How long are you playing? Like how long are we streaming today? Gonna be about 2 hours, so we got another hour and 40 minutes. After that, provided the rain cooperates, I have to head up to my parents and help my brother out with getting his bow all ready. He's all summer long, he was busy trying to get his wedding and everything, you know, what's the word? Make everything perfect is essentially what they were doing. They did a lot of stuff themselves, so he didn't get to shoot very much. We're gonna try to, like, Noctune his arrows, which that's a debate for another day whether or not Noctuning is ideal, but that's gonna be the plan. What's your biggest buck in real life? Shot that, it's on film. There's a video on this channel if you want to see it. December 9th of 2021, he was a 171 and 3/8 net non-typical, which made him the third biggest buck ever shot in this county, the second biggest non-typical ever shot in this county, which was pretty special. Bring the bow with the range finding sight? We could do that. Ooh, that sounds like a good idea. We'll have to go to a tent or something. Can't find any animals, but when I do, I don't see them. I'm assuming you're getting, like, fleeing calls and stuff like we just had from that fallow deer doe out there. I mean, you can always try to move around a little bit more slowly. A couple of things I'd recommend. For one, don't wear a backpack. If you're wearing a backpack, get rid of it. That could be your biggest problem. The next thing, in Tier 2 here for the stalker skills, soft feet level 1 and 2, 100% I'd get those. If you read them, they reduce the noise generated when moving through different types of foliage. If you're going to be running around, and frankly, I think for the most part, running in Call of the Wild is a good idea, reducing the amount of noise you make is really key. I'm going to show you something when it comes to spooking animals, and it will also demonstrate that I've played this game too much over the years, but if we go into our stats, if I can remember how to do that. Where is that? Okay, right here. So, over the years, I have scared exactly 3,998,144 animals. 3,836,000 have been from hearing. Now, a lot of those are gunshots, a lot of those are ATVs, but many of those are spooking due to, you know, hearing me run around before they see me, before they smell me. So if you're running around without those perks that are reducing your noise, they're just hearing you from that much further away. Nice hard shot, just casually, didn't even really try to get it. It's the ways that it works out the best. Overthinking it doesn't tend to do as well. Where do you buy your archery stuff from? I mean, I guess it depends on the specifics. If it's maybe less important stuff, I'll go through Amazon or, you know, some kind of, that's a weird looking fella, some kind of like online thing. If it's something like super important, like if I'm getting my, let's say, a drop away rest or even a sight, I never order those online. I always go to like a local archery shop, just because, you know, the quality assurance is there with that. You really don't want to get a drop away rest that has an issue and you don't know it, which I guess can happen if you buy it in person, but I feel like it's less likely. My only fear with Crocs is that if they did an Africa map with them, they'd be exactly the same, because I don't think they would be. You're saying your fear is if they made them the same because they shouldn't be. Am I reading that right? I have a sneaky suspicion the Bucs will beat the Eagles. I don't feel great about that pick. So again, NFL pick video that I do on that other channel. I did pick the Eagles in that game, but the Bucs have looked way better than expected, and kind of the Eagles have looked worse than expected. What's the other game tonight? I cannot think of it. I felt like it was a game I was relatively confident in. Lancaster Archery, they're good though. That's definitely one where, you know, I think that's a reputable place to go through. Oh, Bengals Rams, that's right, thank you. Maybe I don't feel as good about that pick. I picked the Rams in that one. Is Joe Burrow gonna play though? Let's pull up the fantasy app and see if he's predicted? Yes. Projected points. How about them Dolphins? Dude, 70 points? That's completely absurd. Joe Burrow's still projected to get 21, so I guess he's not out yet. Oh, as of 12 o'clock today, he intends to try and suit up for the game, barring any setbacks. I don't know. With Aaron Donald rushing at you, you got a calf injury. Might not be a terrible idea to set that out. What's your other channel's name? The football one's just Flinter Football. Simplistic. Probably gonna order quite a bit from there if I need new archery stuff. Yeah, they're definitely a good one to go through. Like if you are gonna order online, I would say that's considerably better than, you know, Amazon or something like that. Prices may be a tiny bit higher, but I would like to think you're looking at probably better quality when you do that. Still putting money on the Rams? I don't know if I'm gonna bet that game, but you know, they were the ones I picked. I did have a little fancy parlay. Not that I came up with it. Yesterday, for Jets Patriots, it was literally just picking the under on everything. Under on points total, under on both quarterbacks passing yards, Patriots to win. That's a nice little bet win there. Are you ready for hunting season this Saturday? I think I'm about as ready as I'm going to get. There's a couple of things I need to get done. I do want to shoot my broadheads one more time. Since getting back from Kentucky, I've moved my sight a little bit. Like, when I got back, I was shooting, and just like, over like a week, I kept feeling like my arrows were hitting to the right, and I'm like, man, is my form that bad? Because once I got back, I feel like it took me pretty much all of last week to get caught up on videos. Even the last two videos, Saturday and Sunday, I recorded them that morning, which I hate doing. It always feels rushed. So I just haven't gotten to shoot my bow as much as I would have liked. But what I'm getting at is, I just thought like maybe my form was bad. But I finally, towards the end of this past week, kept on shooting, and I'm like, no, it's not my form. I'm just hitting a little bit to the right. Now, was it far enough right that I'm gonna go from like a kill shot to not killing a deer? No, I think it was still good enough. But I adjusted a little bit. I want to shoot my broadheads and make sure everything's still good there. Now we had the male fleeing call. Is it the one out front? Oh, there he is. Not a big male. Not a kind male either with this angle. Second one went right over him. As a Broncos fan, that was embarrassing. Yeah, that's what Sean Payton said. Surprised the Steelers won? I am and I'm not. They haven't won on the road against the Raiders since like 90-something. But Vegas and Oakland are not the same thing. Like, there's not nearly as many Raiders fans just living in Vegas, right? So the home field advantage side of that's kind of, well, actually, you know, if you watched the game last night, it was non-existent. There were as many Steelers fans there, if not more, than Raiders fans. And I think, you know, the first 2 weeks, the Steelers played some of the better defenses in the league, so their offense has a little more to it than they showed the first 2 weeks. It still needs to be way better. Seemed like the Titans are going to be impossible to predict. Speaking of impossible to predict, the Chargers and Vikings game annoyed me. I picked the Vikings. The Chargers literally chargered. They whiffed on a 4th and 1 from like their own 24 like absolute maniacs. What was that? I guess it's just that light colored sandbar. It looked like a pie bulb. Anyway, gave the ball back to the Vikings with like a minute something left. And was it a 3rd down? I think Cousins completed a pass to Hawkinson. They get to like the 5-yard line. Instead of clocking it, they try to run another play. Run it down to like 12 seconds. Now Kirk feels like he's got to do something. Throws into tight coverage. It gets batted into the air and intercepted. Like, I literally chose the Vikings because I thought the Chargers were going to do something dumb to lose the game. And they did, and they still got away with it. Refs screw the Ravens? Yeah, that was definitely a pass interference. There was a face mask in there too, wasn't there? Was that the same play? How rare are level 4 diamond hog deer? Fairly rare as far as I can tell. Got a 194 whitetail in classic yesterday. Nice, man. Very nice. What kind of broadhead sharpener do you use? Do you want to know something stupid? I think it's 600 grit sandpaper. If you don't know, we're sponsored by VPA, Vantage Point Archery. Not like they make a great product, but they're great people. So like, when we had the opportunity to meet them, and you know, I got to talk to them for the first time at the ATA show this past year. TK has talked to them before. but they literally, it just felt like talking to old friends immediately. It's really cool when you have that kind of immediate, like, you know, these are good people kind of reaction. But anyway, almost all their 3-blade broadheads are, there's a word for it. I might just look it up. Go on their website. Essentially, lay flat is what they call it. Lay flat sharpening technology. So you literally just gotta, like, push them forward. There's no, like, make sure it's at the right angle or anything. So yeah, I run it across sandpaper and sharpen them up. There's, you know, other options too, but with that lay flat stuff, that works just as well. Imagine throwing an interception instead of a touchdown. I could never. Don't watch old Madden streams of mine. That might have been on Twitch. I was doing, like, solo battles, and you're supposed to score as many points as possible, and I threw a pick 6 to Sean Lee. It's pretty bad. Thought Jefferson was going to catch a walk-off touchdown so my parlay would hit. Did you need him scoring 2? Because he got one. Or was it the Vikings to win? Is it stupid if it works? I'd say no. Got my first time in Banteng. Nice, man. Hoping we get to maybe see a few Banteng today when we're croc hunting. What is, in your opinion, the best starter map, and what's just the best overall map? If you count missions, I would say probably... it could be Layton, could be Hirschfelden. Hirschfelden could be tough to hunt. I'd say Layton's the best starter one because missions can get you so far. Like, doing some of those missions early on, you actually earn a lot of cash. It can really help you out. Independent of missions, I would say Te'awaroa is the best. For starters, that is. Best overall map, it's probably down to personal preference in terms of, like, what you want to hunt and stuff like that. If you want to, like, talk about it in terms of, you know, best to level up and all that, I'd probably still have to go Te'awaroa. The red deer and fallow deer are just insane there. Had him scoring 2, okay. Dang. Had to be... You know, if that doesn't get intercepted, he's getting a look down there in the last couple plays. Bow season opens in Michigan Sunday. 6 shooters on camera behind the house. 6, there you go. Plenty of options. Hopping off Call of the Wild, or hopping on Call of the Wild probably. What map? What map would I choose? If you're doing single player, Yukon. I've been wanting to do a video on Yukon. But the problem is, I get bored of my single-player maps. It's just kind of like... I don't know, especially a map like Yukon. There's only certain things I'm ever shooting. Like, a lot of the bison I let go, a lot of the smaller moose and stuff, and you just get to this thing where it's the same animals every time. The biggest problem with Yukon multiplayer is that the wolves don't work correctly. You'll never get aggressive wolves in multiplayer, they just freeze in place. And that's the whole fun of Yukon for me. Broadheads are shooting about 3 inches lower than field points. Are they all doing that? Because there's an easy solution to that. Well, I wouldn't call it easy. There's a solution to that that is much simpler than noctuning when they're all hitting different. Like, you want all your broadheads shooting consistently. I mean, you want them the same as field points, ideally, but you want them all to be doing the same thing. Essentially, it's called micro-tuning. All 3 arrows did both times? Okay. I would look up a video on this because I could be incorrect. You said they're lower? So that... I think you need to move your rest down. And I'm talking like a 64th of an inch, maybe a 32nd of an inch. It's tiny amounts. But when you're micro-tuning, I believe you move in the direction of the miss, meaning the broadhead. Ooh. Yeah, look that up, because typically you shoot broadhead field point, so that you're less likely to screw up your arrows if you shoot the field point second. Yeah, look that up. I know that you move in the direction of the miss, but I can't remember necessarily if you move towards the broadhead or the field point. But yeah, you make that tiny adjustment, you should have them hitting in the same place. And what, in theory, what that's doing, the blades on the blades in the broadhead on the front of the arrow, that extra air displacement, I don't know if that's the right word, but it kind of shows a little bit of maybe tiny errors in the paper tuning and stuff. that would be then corrected by moving that rest. Found a 0 to 30 boar with the same leg. Nice. I love animals with a 0 bottom estimate. What did I see? It was something with a 4. I can't even remember the last Call of the Wild video we did. Oh, it was Leighton. Must have been a moose. A level 1 moose. And I didn't shoot it, mostly because we were towards the end of the video and I was running out of time. I only hate Rev for the amount of small game? See, I think that's the thing that makes Rev so good. You have consistent encounters. Even if it is just a flock of ptarmigan flying over your head or whatever it may be. Alright, we'll get the bow and go start looking for crocs. Quattro doesn't have anything interesting, and plus all the ibex don't look good. They're too bug-eyed. They need, like, new textures, too. They almost look Play-Doh molded. And I mean, like, the fur and everything. What's up, Double B? ZBG's in here as well. The Arctic map suggestion reached 300 likes on Discord. You think that's the map we're getting in 2 months? Could be. I'd like it. I think that'd be really cool. How do we want to do this? I feel like we should keep a decent gun. We almost ought to just completely reconfigure here. 22's not super... Well, actually, it's... Okay, let's do this. Let's keep the 22-250. Let's get rid of that. Let's have a 300. We'll bring the bow with the range finding sight, which I believe that's fairly heavy inventory-wise. Sounds like it's raining, but it's not raining. Yeah, we got 16, and then my thought was a 22 pistol. Not that one. Well, maybe we'll just make it look different. It's your dream map? It would be... I would really like it. I'm imagining kind of White Rime Ridge, but Call of the Wild. Unsure about this move, but we're going to do it. It's kind of red, white, and blue. Okay, so that leaves us 300, 22, 250, 22. Bow, do I have the arrows? Because we're going to want these. Okay. We'll kill at least one croc at some point today. Drilling rifle in the bow? See, the thing is, I want something that's going to be like, you know, let's say we see, I don't know, a potential diamond croc or something. I want to get it with the bow, but if it spooks, I want something with a little punch. Not fruit punch either. Alright, I think we're set up and ready to go. Just had a 10-minute convo with the UPS guy about opening day of archery. Even broke out our phones and showed some pics. That's awesome. Did you tell him that you have nothing but small males and to never come back? That'd be my dad's approach. Nope, I haven't seen anything big. What class 9 animal should I hunt later? I mean, we just heard of Banteng. So why not Banteng? How do you do this again? Is it not E? Oh, there we go, it's R. I think shooting him in the butt at 134 meters probably isn't the move. Okay. We'll just try to flank him then. How do you carry so much in your loadout with only 20 in the bag space? I'm carrying less than 20 units worth. I'm missing something. Oh, hello. Maybe we'll track that. I don't know that we are carrying so much, if you know what I mean. Like, we're just carrying a regular amount. See, I was gonna... Hang on. We gotta launch this arrow. We gotta try. Oh. The wind did a number on that. Alright, he's big mad. He'll come up here eventually. See if we can track that potentially bigger one. not you. I don't think it's you either. No. We might have to go back and get his track too. I'm hoping we just get it. Hey, look at that. I always just lie about which farm picks came from. I mean, that's part of it. Like, when you don't know who you're talking to, and I'm not saying anything about your UPS guy, but if it's just some random person, you can't know for sure that they're not going to just try to sneak in on your property. Think the Bengals are wearing white so they have to win? That will be a battle of interesting uniforms. I really don't care for the Rams' new uniforms. Okay, that ain't it. There's something about that, like, glossy stuff they have on the numbers. I just don't like it. Did the stream just lag? For once, actually, it looks like it's good on this end. What's up, Colonel Mustard? How's it going, man? Got a female albino warthog today. That's cool. I feel like when we hunted basically nothing but for Hunga, we would get an albino warthog here and there. It's been so long since we've gotten one. You don't look like you'd be max weight. I don't think you are either. Oh, that's him. I saw that mocha fur. It doesn't look very big. I mean, it's probably a potential diamond anyway, just because Banteng or Banteng. Take your time, I know you'll give us a shot. Whenever you're ready to just not keep spinning. First live stream in a while, welcome on in, Landon. Glad you can make it. The Oasis is the biggest worry because someone could slip in there, we'd never know. That's true. Have you... See, this is one of those things. You don't want to pay for it. Have you ever considered just slapping a cell cam right at the entrance there? Can I run Loadout on Intel i5 2400 and Radeon R7? I don't think that graphics card's enough. I'm not super familiar with Radeon, to be fair, so maybe someone else can have a better answer than me, but I don't know that that's quite got the juice for it. I think he's 133 minimum, and he scored 133. Oh, nice at you. When is the next IRL hunt? Video-wise? I think it's going to be not this weekend, but next. So, TK has a video coming out on the Meat Hunters channel this weekend. It's a kudu hunt in Africa, if I'm not mistaken. Hopefully I'm allowed to say that, but I don't think it's a huge surprise. And then the video after that should be like the rest of my 2022 IRL stuff. I'm hoping in the meantime to get out like a setup kind of video, so I want to, you know, go through how I have my bow set up, the arrows, the lighted nocks, the whole deal. And I guess whether that goes on the Meat Hunters channel or not, I'll throw that on my channel, and that'll be kind of the bridge between the 2022 season and 2023, ideally. Yeah, that makes sense, Bottom Boy. They're too expensive. It's like, you know, they're great as security cameras, but you start to run 3 or 4 of them and you gotta have to plan for the photos, it gets expensive. The level 3 female bison look massive. Yeah, with the True Racks now, they do look pretty insane. Got a big 8-point buck in real life? Nice. What should I grind for a diamond on Emerald Coast? I mean, Banteng's a fun grind if you don't have a diamond Banteng. Crocs, I think, can be enjoyable. Any hunts coming up this season besides whitetail? Nah, this year everything in the plains is whitetail. We'll probably do another rabbit hunt like we did this past January, but, you know, that won't be until next January, I'd imagine. And who knows, you know, maybe some other kind of opportunity comes up with one of the things we have planned, but at the moment, everything across 3 states, including home here now, is whitetail. When into some PlayStation lodges, someone had 13 super rares, about 9 Great One fallows, 4 Great One red deer, 2 Great One black bear, and 15 Great One moose. Definitely hacked. That or herd managed. Those are numbers. The super rare part makes me think it probably is hacked, but the great one numbers are perfectly achievable with herd management. I don't know what that was that ran through here, but it looked kind of big. Should do a squirrel and crow episode. I haven't crow hunted in a long time. Squirrels, I enjoy hunting them. It's just really tough to film it. If you have someone there to be the cameraman, it can work. But to like self-film a squirrel hunt, they move so much. I guess I could do the GoPro thing like we did with rabbits, but they're so little to begin with, and you're shooting against a tree, like they wouldn't show up well. Because my brother and I thought about doing that. This was going back to 2019 maybe, or 2020. Kind of we were just getting into self-filming and stuff. We wanted to maybe do a little more content for that year. We were going to do a squirrel hunt. And our schedules could never line up, but we kept on talking about trying to do it ourselves, like just self-filmed. And the premise of trying to get the camera on a squirrel and then shoot before it's left the frame, I think that's definitely easier said than done. Imagine a pheasant hunt IRL with Shadow. I think she could be pretty good at it. Just based on what I've seen with, like, rabbits and turkeys, which is another story I guess I can get into a little bit. She does have a tendency to, like, flush stuff out. And for whatever reason, I don't think she's trying to do it. Maybe she is. But for whatever reason, whenever she's chasing something, it always seems to run towards me. Like, she's done it with turkeys a couple of times. She's done it with rabbits. There's one other instance I'm trying to remember right now. I had one other thing too. And I can't remember what it was, but yeah, she just, you know, she'll go tearing off into the woods after something, and next thing I know, it's running right past me. So I brought the 22 just for that. Gonna get some foot. Alright. Get some shoe while you're at it. Why don't you go delve hunting season's open right now? It's something I used to do when I was younger. I do enjoy it. It's just a time thing. Like, when my brother and I were, I don't know, 10, 11, 12, I started bow hunting at 15. So I guess up until then. September, October, I don't know if, I think in PA it's fairly new that squirrels can be hunted in September. It used to be like October 1st, but anyway. September, October was small game. It was doves, squirrels, rabbits and grouse, rarely. I don't think we ever actually killed any. Stuff like that. But now, it gets to be like September 1st. We're like, we're not going to the woods. We're going to scare all the deer. So yeah, we don't really hunt small game anymore. I'd like to. I know you don't dove hunt in the woods, but same premise. Scope cam for the kill shots, and then someone just films you shooting. Scope cam with like the squirrels. I mean, it would be with a shotgun, so you wouldn't be able to have any zoom or anything on it. Like, my thought is, a squirrel that's climbing around against a tree at 30 yards with a GoPro, I just don't think it's going to show up. Like, you'll probably kind of be able to see it, but I don't know that you'd be able to see it well enough that it would be worth making a video of. Maybe I'm wrong. I'd like to try it. Got a gold level 7 mellow red deer. There you go. Kind of jealous of that, not gonna lie. I was just thinking back over my own grind. I think I had 2 mellows and they were both 5s. I should go blowgun hunt some squirrels? Okay, not bottom boy. All the above. Whatever your name is. What's going on, Billy? Maybe bottom boy blowgun hunts. I don't know. Thinking 22 with the scope? Yeah, I mean, I guess I could do that. I would then need to get a scope cam as part of the problem. Doing a whitetail great one grind, and nearly all my zones are level 1 males. Any advice? Assuming that you're herd managing, I'd say you probably have everything where you want it. You just may need to go and find some other zones. What is your favorite animal to hunt in real life? It's whitetail, and it's always going to be whitetail. There's something about them, like, even though you know, largely whitetail antlers grow the same way. From one to the next, it's so unique. The thing I love, though, and like, Bottom Boy and I were talking about this when we were down in Kentucky hunting public land. It's fun to, like, hunt in that manner, too. Where you've got, like, a huge swath of land, and you're trying to, you know, understand how the deer use that land in a short period of time and set up in the right location. But running trail cameras all summer, land management, like, you know, improving the property and the habitat and stuff, that's the thing I love about whitetail hunting. And you can do that with other stuff, but pretty much anybody that has 2 acres of land can do stuff like that for whitetail. If you're gonna, you know, if you have land that you're trying to manage and stuff for elk or pronghorn or whatever, you have to have a huge swath of land for it to make sense. Whitetail can live on, you know, tiny little parcels and stuff to where it is doable. Killed a super rare piebald moose my second full run. Piebalds look good as well. That's awesome. Hate public land hunting? I enjoy it, but it's like you compare it in your head to like what you're used to. You think like, well, if I was back home, I'd have seen 15 deer by now. It's just a different type of hunting, and I think it's good to like be well versed in both because it can only help you. Like if you're halfway decent at reading sign and stuff on public land, that's only going to make your ability to hunt private that much better. But you know, you might not see as many deer and stuff. Hello. Goodbye. Oh, you're coming over here too. All right, we'll just have a party. I'll be here waiting for you. Public land small game hunting is a lot of fun. That I actually have done and had success. Rabbits, squirrels. That is enjoyable. What are you doing? We're all waiting on you. I don't know if that was a good shot. Looks like that was. How many great ones have you shot? 3. I've got 1 whitetail, 1 fallow, 1 red deer. I have all the deer species, unless you count moose as a deer. The ones that say deer in them. I have all the deer species, and that's it. Don't know if you've trapped before, but a trapping episode would be cool. It's not something I do with any regularity. Typically when we've done any kind of trapping, it's been like, you know, we've got raccoons coming in the barn eating the cat food and, you know, tearing up cornfields and stuff. Those sorts of things. I've never done like fur trapping. No worries, Eli. I appreciate you stopping in. Hopefully we'll catch you next time. If you wanted to film a small game, you can just use a shot cam. It's what I use for my shotgun and it works great. I think Aaron has one, and the problem he's had is that it doesn't turn on sometimes. Which terrifies me when it comes to trying to make content. They all go aggressive before I can launch a long shot at them. I don't think it's piebald, but that one almost looks piebald. Got my first time, and it was a fallow 3 points over. Nice. It's funny that like used to not even be a thing prior to the Emerald Coast update. Fallow deer were kind of weird before that. I don't know what that's actually zeroed for. Maybe because it was 0 for 71. That might have made sense. Oh, good. Another one. Anyone else lagging? Looks good on this end. Can't play the game and listen to the stream. Oh, too confusing? Yeah, I get you. Back especially, so like, this is, I don't know, 2017, 2018. There weren't a lot of creators doing Call of the Wild consistently. So, myself, JaxyBeard, Zaggy, Rec Huey, and Riki Racer, you guys may remember them from Jaxy's community. We had, like, essentially a schedule. There was one of us streaming more or less every day. And pretty often we'd all, like, be in the other streams. And I remembered, like, the amount of times that because I had nothing better to do, I was just living in my apartment. The amount of times that I'd be in there, and then hear a call from their stream and panic thinking I finally had a big male coming in. Oh, that looked good. That somehow hit along? It doesn't look like it. Had to be close. She makes some IRL fishing videos. I'd like to. I just feel like I don't know if I know enough about fishing. Like, I can catch fish, but like, it's kind of like I probably luck into it more than anything. Like when I was fly fishing with Beagle, he's one of my moderators in Discord. He knows like all the things about fly fishing. And I don't even remember how it worked. Like he told me to cast in a particular spot, and I kind of was looking at a different spot, so I casted it in the place that I wanted to, and I caught one. But did I really cast in the right spot, or did I just sort of luck into it, cast in the wrong spot, and there happened to be fish there, or, you know, happened to float past a fish in a certain way? I just feel like I need to know more about that stuff before I try to do content on it. Deer hunting, I think I can say things that make sense. That hit him. I can see the knock. It's up. Yeah, we got him. I don't know if it's a lung, but that ain't bad. Caught my first diamond Arctic char today. Nice. I want one so bad. I can't get a diamond one. How do you get across here? Is Fabled and Great One the same thing? Fabled is like the difficulty level for a Great One. So like, you imagine it, if you're looking for a diamond croc, since we're running crocs, the difficulty will be legendary and the metal will be diamond. Fabled would be the difficulty, the metal is Great One for that, yeah. Flinter Wells. Slocked them. So remember that diamond croc that charged you? That's one of my favorite moments on this map. Just the... Can we stop tripping over mangrove roots? Just the pure, like, unexpected nature of that made it so much fun. What is... Is there a way over that I'm missing? We're never going to be able to find that thing. Caught a 24-pound channel cat. That's got to be a diamond then. I want to say while I was recording my angler video yesterday, in which I caught no big males, Kyla caught 2 diamonds. I keep seeing it all over the angler community. Like, I was just trying to catch a silver brook trout and I caught a diamond catfish. Like, it happens all the time. And then I'm like, okay, I will fish for small things. Let's see what happens. And I only catch silvers. On what FOV do you play? Just 60, just the default. I see a lot of people play on 90 and I can't even watch it. It gives me a headache. So I gotta stick with the default, or otherwise I can't play for very long. Snakehead, thank you for the super chat, man. Good to see you. If you ever have the time and money, you should hunt caribou on Adak Island and try to get one that's 700 pounds. I mean, I would like to do that, but sounds like that would potentially be expensive. Should go to Florida and hunt iguanas? I can't remember if it was Florida or Texas. The temperatures got really low and there were falling iguanas because they were like, since they're cold-blooded, it was making them fall from the trees they were resting in, or whatever the heck that's called. And like the third mission of that spot it sent me, I caught a diamond smallmouth. That's another one I want. I want a diamond smallie. They look great. Most of the fish in the angler look great. There's only 1 or 2 where I'm kind of like, that looks kind of weird. I want to catch all the diamonds, and instead I catch smalls. That was a gut shot, actually. That killed him best. Texas doesn't have iguanas? Okay. I think I'm remembering it, because I want to say we were going to Texas or in Texas when that was happening in Florida. Wait. Can we get across here? You know what? I didn't want to claim that anyway. We're not going to run all the way back around. Up the beach we shall go. Think the bourbons look so stupid? Actually, I don't know. I'll have to look up a bourbon. I don't know exactly what they look like. Bourbon. I don't know. I'd say they're about right. What's up, FPS? Go to 266 whitetail. There you go. Remember when that guy something ice fishing on the news in Texas? I definitely do not remember that. Burbot sounds stupid too. It is one of those words that doesn't exactly flow. Eventually, there should be a big male around here. Hey, I already shot you. I'm glad you're doing a quite early stream, because here's late night, feels like 11 p.m. It's kind of just worked out this way. I never intended for it, but all the streams we do, and currently we're doing 3 a week, and it's going to go down to 2 a week in about a month. Only for a short period of time. Hunting season schedule, I always cut the Wednesday stream because it's too late at night. But all the different streams we do always start at different times. And the nice thing about that is people who are in different time zones that maybe can't catch one stream can typically catch the others. What's up, Dalton? Thank you. Appreciate that. What's going on, Cyrus? Is that a Poliwhirl or... Wait, what's the other one? Poliwrath. Say bye to classic streams. There's only going to be... 4? No, probably 3. Depends. But yeah, about November, probably even late October, like October 26th. Let me look at the schedule. Or yeah, let me look at the schedule that everyone else calls a calendar. This is known as the year schedule. So the October 25th is a Wednesday, I think. That'll probably be the last one. Do a 1 hour Call of the Wild 1 hours of classic in the same stream. So there's actually a decent chance we can do that, like, at least for a couple of weeks there, because that's going to be the Halloween event, which, of course, we'll definitely want to do. Wind's going to be a little to the right. Doesn't look like he enjoyed that. That guy didn't even care. He should have heard it, like, hit the one beside him. Do classic first? You know how that'll go. For some reason, I don't understand anything about classic, but I'm kind of good in Call of the Wild. Classic is kind of like that. Like, there's some nuances and stuff, I guess, that once you understand, it gets to be pretty simple. But because of the scoring and the way that animals just kind of like wander around, there's no zones or anything, I feel like there's a mystique with classic that sticks around for longer because it takes more time to learn it. Smoked. Would you be okay with them releasing a new big lodge with full lodges rework and update instead of a new map? 100%. I wouldn't even question it. Good lord. The start of that thing is in its stomach. It went way through it. Anyway, yeah, like, do I think a new map would be good? I mean, obviously, like, new maps are always... I mean, they're great for, like, the YouTube side of things, content creation. It's something to do for at least a month when new maps come out. But at the same time, like, our current trophy lodges are really not up to par. Like, you look at the way 100 lodges, you look at the new classic lodge. I think Call of the Wild is probably in last place as far as where the trophy lodges are. Now, multi-mountains and customization, they're probably still in first place. But, like, the design of the Call of the Wild lodges just aren't there. I would be all for them doing, like, a trophy lodge specific update. Excited for the Halloween event. That actually should be pretty good. I didn't think of Pizza started streaming. Classic is so cool. Classic's great. It's a shame that, like, you know, console players unfortunately can't play it. Ah, I thought we could get through the water there. No such luck. I just wish more people could experience it, because it is that good. If we got a new lodge, we need European mounts. That's another thing, like, Classic, they don't have a lot of them. They've done Roosevelt elk, wild boar, puma, I think brown bear and grizzly bear, and then also gray wolf. Like, they've got a fair few skull mounts. I'd like to see that taken to the next level, definitely, with Call of the Wild 2. I half want to believe that's light brown, but I don't think it is. Wind would be to the right. I think we shot over him. That takes a long time to get there. All that, just use the gun anyway. Need more parquet and medved? I've been wanting to do a parquet hunt for a little bit now. I'm just not sure, like, other than black buck, I don't even know what I'd want from that map. You get to this point where, like, if I want to hunt axis deer, parquet may still be better for axis deer. Red deer, you've got so many options. Water buffalo are cool and all, but, you know, we've shot so many. Pumas are, you know, we see mountain lions, same thing, basically. It's hard to be, like, super stoked about it. Mule deer, that same thing. I'd rather go to Silver Ridge if I'm going to hunt mule deer. The combination of species is great. But it's hard to set one goal on parquet. We can't zero that far. Far. Hit right in front of him. Still right in front of him. Okay, I'm gonna say we're gonna have to get over there. Need caimans? I mean, if we have crocs and gators, why not, right? Sometimes I kind of forget neck shots are a thing. I like that it says far. Isn't that great? Gonna go play Classic? I would highly recommend it. I think you should be allowed to place just the horns of all antler species on the small blacks in Call of the Wild. That would be a solution, I guess. Because I totally agree with you, first of all. That's something I've talked about before, like Euro mounts or skull plate mounts on the smaller plaques. But it just gives you so much more customization. Like, everybody's lodge gets that much more unique when there's more options for what you can do with it. Like, when you're limited to, you can only put, you know, one of, whatever, 8 species on it versus one of 20. You can't possibly make your lodge, like, as unique as you'd like to. Pickett pulled a couple of Mahomes moves last night. You guys might have a team. I'll tell you, I think they still need a little more out of Pickett and probably a little more out of Matt Canada, but when they're not playing an absolute elite defense, they actually, on offense, they don't look that bad, and they don't have their best route running receiver. I think Pickens is their best receiver, but you can't argue with Deontay Johnson's separation. That's not 128, though. He's like it's around 150. No. I don't believe you, Sight. There you go. Didn't even hit him. You know what? I didn't want to hit him anyway. What's up, Brad? I'd love an actual South American map because I think Parquet is a game ranch. It is, yes. Yeah, I could get behind that. Oh, level 3, big male. Holy. Took that like a champ. Do you play Rocket League? I used to. Haven't played it in like 3.5 years now. Last I played was April of 2020. I really enjoyed it. Sometimes I think about getting back into it, but it's a time thing. Like, in order to stay at the level I was at, like, I was putting in literally the same amount of hours into Call of the Wild as I was into Rocket League. And you gotta remember, too, like, this is when I just lived in my apartment. I had nothing better to do all day. So I was playing Call of the Wild 6-8 hours a day, and same with Rocket League. So I was just better off, you know, basically retiring when I did. These are nice models. Kind of wish they were a little tougher to hunt, because they do look good. Big male. Do you think I should add muzzleloaders to 800? That could be interesting. Another class of weapon to have. I would imagine they can make the smoke effect look really good. Do not consider getting into it again because of the addiction factor. I heard that, Cal. If we weren't busy, we'd go get them. Someone forgot how to neck shot on that one. The hate for Rocket League. I can imagine I know where that comes from. Did you cry when Arthur died? I think my eyes teared up. I didn't know what happened, though. And then I had, you know, like the loading things? If you have high honor, there's a deer. If you have low honor, there's a coyote or wolf or whatever it is. There was a weird thing with that where I can't even remember, like the deer fell over or something stupid that just made me laugh. I kind of, like, I missed what was going on, which was rather unfortunate. Hope we get an Arctic map with a 375. That could be a cool weapon for that. What would be the main species that that's for, though? Like moose and bison? Muskox, I guess? Did you ever get your Great One Moose? Nah. We tried. We changed across multiple maps. I started a grind on Reventuli, but I don't know. Haven't been feeling the grinds. Spent 1,800 hours in Rocket League when I was young, and I regret every single hour. I want my childhood back. Let's see how many hours I had. It was a little more than that, but not much. $20. 2,342. Says his last played April 8th. Oh, God. I'm imagining Danny was behind that. Got more teary-eyed on the horse ride with the song? See, it's after the fact for me when I think about that song. I'm like, oh, man. I know exactly what happens after this. Oh, it was Kyla. Oh, great. It's a really kind way to say shut up and talk about the game. What about the Great One Black Bear? Also no. We had 5,500 kills. I just can't, like... The problem now is I'll go and hunt for an hour and kill 12. Like, I just feel like I could do better things with my time. Like, go hunt for Widgeon or, what's the other diamond we're missing? Bobcat. Which they sadden me. We've been so close so many times. Yesterday was a brutal day to be a Broncos fan. That it was. Far. To me, they seem like the least desirable Great One. In a way, for me, they're the most desirable one. Like, how'd I do that? Like, being one that so few people have, and that is hard to get, definitely appeals to me. But it's the way that grind is right now. Bears are so late getting to their zones, you gotta do it in the dark, you can't see the things to begin with. It's a struggle. Worse to be a Bears fan? Yeah, they don't look good. It's like the whole thing needs torn down. I don't think Justin Fields is it. I don't know. You know, Ryan Poles his first or second year, right? I don't imagine that they're going to let him go, but you start to look at trading, or rather, like trading away the first pick. As much as they got a bunch of assets and stuff. I don't know. Would Stroud or Bryce Young have helped this offense? Probably not. Starting the trend, I only get a diamond when I watch your streams. Sometimes I get a diamond when I stream. It'd be nice if we could do that today. Would you rather be a Broncos fan that got boat raced in a game they were definitely losing, or be a Boys fan and see them get beat by 2 scores in a game they were heavy favorites? Yeah, that was bad too. I couldn't believe that. Like, I even said it in my picks video this week. Like, are the Cardinals actually not a bad team? Talent-wise, they certainly don't seem to have it, but there's some stuff there. And even at what, 28-16, if they had just kicked that field goal where they went for it on 4th down and didn't get it like inside the 5, I think it was 21-16 at the time, but let's say that it was 28-16. Just let's assume that the Cardinals still get that. If they kick that field goal, make it 28-19, and then the drive where Dak throws a pick, instead of forcing that, if he grounds it and they kick another field goal, it's 22-28 with 3 minutes left. I imagine they could probably get the ball back and still go drive down and win. Like, they had their fair share of miscues just to get to that point. Some mismanagement. I don't know, mismanagement's tough, but still. Pumpkin. Would like to add a Great One Lion? Mel has a pretty cool idea for Great One Lions. It's the Ghost in the Darkness story, if you're familiar with that. That second shot felt good. Not sure if that's the one that killed him, if it was the first shot, but I think it was in there. How many hours do you have in this game now? Good question. 6,612. Imagine that. 6,612. Can't believe my Colts got that win. It was a crazy game. So I was watching that game. How did that work? I was watching the game. Aaron, who's also a Colts fan, I was messaging him about, I think the specific play was where Lamar got pressured in the backfield, the Colts were down 1 score, he escaped and got the first down. I thought that was pretty much going to seal it. So I messaged him about that, and he wasn't watching. And then I went to go drive to my parents and listen to the game, and he was watching, so he's blowing up my phone as I'm driving there. And I'm just listening. I can't believe Justin Tucker missed that kick. I know it was 62 yards, but he's Justin Tucker. How long have you been playing video games? Ooh. I mean, I have memories of, my parents had an old Atari, and we had an NES. I'd imagine I was like 3, 4 around then, so I guess 20, 22 years, something like that. What's up, Patty? Been good, how about you? Walking Dead's in here as well as Will. What's up, man? Have you ever hunted whitetail spotting a stocking, or is it just tree stands because of private land? There have been instances on private land, but there have been instances where, like, spot and stock was kind of the method. It's never worked. But, like, for instance, I actually shot a squirrel with my bow in this story, so I guess it's worth the time to tell it. I would imagine, I actually, like 2 days earlier, I hit a buck. I'm almost sure I lung shot him. Like, I just caught the edge of a lung, and either his lung collapsed or it just wasn't enough to kill him, because it looked like a perfect shot. But either way, this would have been in November. So I had just, at like 30 yards, I had just whiffed on a shot. It was probably an 80-inch, I don't know. I was like 16, maybe 18. Anyway, irrelevant information. It's November. It's a little bit warm. It's raining like it is right here on Emerald Coast right now. And I'm walking back to where I'm going to hunt. And I kind of, this is the perfect analog for this. I kind of crest a little hill like this, and I can see the backs of 3 deer. And I'm thinking, okay, there's a doe and 2 fawns. I'm going to try to get the doe. So I do exactly what we're doing right here. I like sneak up. I keep the hill between myself and the deer. There were not crocs there. And I'm 15 yards away. And they're all facing me, kind of. All where, you know, they're not broadside. Don't know how I'm doing this. They're not broadside to where I can easily make a determination like that's the biggest one. And I finally get to like 15 yards. And I look and it's just 3 fawns. So I just let them go. I don't know how it worked. I must have spooked them because of where I was going. But then I walked like 20 more steps, and there's a squirrel. And I was like, well, I have a fixed blade broadhead on just for these occasions. So I shot it right through the lungs. What's up, Lionel? What did I miss? Nothing too crazy. We have shot many a thing, but no big things. No. I don't know how we got a vital on that second one, but sure. Like going to your grandpa's and hearing all his hunting stories. Gather around, kids. Let me tell you about the time I shot a squirrel with my bow. What is the longest grind you had and how many kills? I guess technically my no. Fallow. 6,134 was the great one number. Squirrel gravy. You know what I did too? So I was hunting in like a box stand my dad built. So I shot that squirrel. I just grabbed it, carried it over to the box stand, climbed up in there, and he made it. I'm imagining he's not the only one that does this. So some of you guys probably can like envision this. So I wish I could draw. There's the box stand, and the way that he did the sides were like in 2 pieces. So it was like 2 rectangles, and the top one had hinges so it could fold down. So in bow season, you fold those down and you can get a shot over the side. In gun season, you keep them folded up and you rest your gun on it. I got myself in there, shut the little door, and then I just sat there and gutted and skinned the squirrel. How did that miss? Wait a minute. Maybe the zeroing does nothing. I thought it did. Been playing the Angler with my buddy. Glad we're finally able to enjoy the game on console. I'm so glad like that it's been well received on console. That's super good news. Can you still pick these up? I don't have the perk anyway. Never mind. Have you ever shot a squirrel out of a tree and caught it? I've had it to where like they fall beside me and I've reached out to catch it and just didn't get it. The weirdest food you ever had? I ate chipmunk once. It's probably that. The reasoning for that one was... Oh, hello. Not a great chance on that. That's a really low estimate. We'll try to kind of creep in here. The reason I even did that is we watched quite a bit of Survivor Man back in those days. This was not long after we got cable television. For the first, I think I was 15. So for the first 14 years of my life, we only had like, you know, rabbit ears. So we got cable and then there's like Survivor Man and all these shows. So we watched a bunch of that and then we decided we were going to have a little survival trip. So I shot a chipmunk with my pellet gun and we cooked that on the fire. Your buddy has 54 golds. Goldstein still hasn't caught a diamond fish. 54 golds is pretty darn impressive. I have like... I mean, I guess if you count all my golds before the medals, maybe I have more than that, but... Since they've added medals, I have like 15 golds. Fried alligator bites? They are very good. Me and my brother were talking about that yesterday. We had some at the Bass Pro, like the Pyramid Bass Pro in, I think, Memphis. It's a weird spot he's sitting in. I've played Call of the Wilds since 2018. I got 3 diamonds. Can you tell me I can shoot more diamonds? Sorry, my English is not the best. No worries, man. Perfectly understandable. I mean, multiplayer is always an option. Multiplayer can be really good because basically, you may have a spot that's like your favorite spot. On your map, there might not be a diamond there. But let's say you hunt 3 multiplayer maps. Maybe one of those 3 maps has ones. The other thing is, like, if you're just hunting single player, I would just pretty much shoot everything you see. Eventually, you're bound to get a respawn of a diamond. You get enough of those chipmunks, they're tasty. I vaguely remember feeling like it tasted like steak, like it was actually good, but it was about as filling as eating one single Cheez-It. Didn't realize that was a legendary. We're just here. If you had a better estimate than 1028, I probably would have had a little more reaction to that, but I certainly expect that to troll us. You see nothing. Quit being attentive. Has the game changed a lot since your beginner series in terms of starting a new game haven't played in a while? If you're talking about my beginner series all the way back in 2018, it has changed a decent bit. I had a beginner series that I did, I think I called it Revamped for 2021, 2022. That one's pretty current. Is it that one? Okay, 30 meters. I hope this can get through the water. Oh, it didn't. How does it... Hello? That's not going to spook him? Sir. That's bizarre. Just leisurely swimming around. Okay, he's on land. Kind of. He started the run. That guy over there is just having a blast. Well. I'm not sure what the answer here is, frankly. Snake, I think of the super chat. Speaking of Ghost in the Darkness, if they ever added a Great One line, they should base each variant off a IRL Maneater. Yeah, I mean, that's the basic idea there with the Ghost in the Darkness thing. Maybe we could just shoot this in the head. Maybe. Even that's going to be tough. You don't want me to shoot you, do you? Just pulled in, what did I miss? Yeah, we've been trying to kill this guy for a little bit. He's just hanging out in the water, making it really hard to get a shot at him. Don't mess up. I don't feel any pressure because this is a troll. But it'd be nice if we could get a shot at him. Do you think he's Simon? Could you strip and refine the hunting and fishing from Red Dead 2? Oh, if you could, you're saying. Honestly, yeah, they have a lot of really quality core mechanics for that. I guess we're just gonna back up a little bit. I don't know what to do. Just cooperate and die, right? There he is. Every time we get half a second for a shot, he just drops back down. Alright, we're just gonna crawl away. We'll figure this out. Only got 1 troll croc after 300 plus kills? See, I think they troll a lot, but I wouldn't say they make level 9 like super often. There are a lot of 9s, but it's not quite there with, like, say, I don't know, mountain lion maybe? Just jump on him? If only they gave me a knife in this game. How many diamonds have you shot? Good question. I have no idea. This number is 300 off. 1,126. About 100 of those were fallow diamonds from that grind. Now, if only you were the level 9 sitting all perfectly like that. I could still miss the brain very easily, but... just swim to land. You'd make life so much easier. Couldn't do that, could you? I just know that angle never works. Second shot's along. Probably could have done that to begin with. Hello. Didn't ask for your presence. You have to wrestle him? I'm starting to wonder if that second shot was somehow not along. I guess not. I can't imagine where else that would have hit. Well, guess we'll come back later and see if he's sitting there. Has he have 21 great ones? It's the same reason my diamond number is incorrect. When they released Bloodhounds, they attempted to make a great one counter and screwed it up. Your diamond numbers were going into that great one slot. So I actually have 3 great ones. What's up, Bryce? Thank you for the 12 months. Welcome back. The biggest and most important month. Did you ever consider a GSP in real life? Yes, that was the dog that Kylo wanted to get. It was, I mean, if the opportunity arose where we could have gotten one, that would have been the move, but we weren't, at least I wasn't necessarily like specifically looking for any one, you know, breed of dog. Did it warp over there? Oh, it was so close. Got it. Gonna have to mark that because I'll never get it. Oh, there's another one. How many hours do you play a day these days? 3 max. Used to play a lot more than that, but you know, with all the different games that we do now, like it's typically 2 the Hunter Call the Wild videos a week, sometimes 3. Adding the Angler and Away the Hunter and Classic. Overall, yeah, like 3 hours a day, something like that. Used to be 10, 12 hours a day. But frankly, if I did that now, I kind of think I'd run out of stuff to go for. There's only 2 diamonds in the game that we don't have at the moment as is. What's up, Sweetness? How's it going, man? When are you playing Way the Hunter Ticket Moon Plains again? Good question. Didn't we just stream it? Like last Monday? We shall see. As hunting season's getting closer here, less than a week away. 5 days away, I think. It gets tougher to do Way the Hunter content because typically you have to put in some time in between videos or you're just going to not have, you know, if things don't age. It's hard to, like, if I go into a hunt thinking, yeah, there's nothing here, it's probably not going to be a fun video. If I go into a hunt thinking, like, things have aged, who knows? Like, maybe everything's a 5-star now. Not literally everything, but then, you know, it's approaching it with the right mindset. So, we'll see, but the nice thing about Ticket Moon Plains is that there's so many, like, it feels like there's so much good genetics on that map that only one age cycle could make the difference. Can't hit a croc at 15 yards, but hits a quail at like 300? 214 meters with the 22 pistol. Not bad. Who asked you? Would you mind doing a fur/feather guide? If I'm not mistaken, something like that exists, like a spreadsheet for it. That would probably be... Is that our legendary? I guess so. That would probably be more useful than, like, trying to do it in a video. Way the Hunter come out on PS4? I wouldn't count on it. Typically, games don't go backwards in terms of, like, console gens. You know, maybe they feel that there's a big enough player base there, but considering they started on next gen, I don't imagine they go back. Have you got your diamond widgeon yet? Nope, still eluding me. What did I have, like a 900 flat or an 895 or something? The biggest one we got? 905 is diamond. Do you stream the Angler? Yeah, we've been streaming actually a good bit of it. I would say decent chance that we stream it Friday. We'll see though. I wouldn't mind getting one more Way the Hunter stream in. Because again, things get tougher when hunting season starts and hunting season starts the next day there. Yeah, we'll see. Either way, there's going to be plenty of the angler streams throughout hunting season, because the angler being essentially random spawn, kind of. There's conditions and stuff that apply with that one, but that makes it so that any given outing can result in some big males. You know, Expansive World said there's going to be 2 new maps to the angler? I do. I actually had a thing on Twitter where I put out, like, what do you guys think it's going to be? And I want to say my predictions were, what did I say? Alaska and the Amazon were my 2 predictions. Hey. What are you doing? Eventually I'll find the gun I want. I like how it looks like it's from that cave. We're so close to it, it's out of focus. Hello? Their animations are pretty good. They look very bird-like. I bet we shoot through it. Unfazed. Trying to get the closest shot I can. Got it. 0.86 meters. Right in the sternum. It's like fixed Malek gets a great one. I know, right? What's your weapon skin? That's the blue metal. They were like... It was a free cosmetics pack if you played... I don't even remember. Middle of August sometime. There was a week there where if you played, you got a hold of that cosmetics. The blue metal's quite cool. Electric blue or something they call it. Only took 12 shots. 12 clips maybe. Midsummer was it? I was thinking that it must have been associated with that, but I couldn't remember it being called that. So who's prepared for this croc to actually have been a diamond that we've now ruined? 1028 max. How do you make my name orange? What you mean? 2 new maps for the angler? Yeah, I put on Twitter, like, basically a thing asking what people's predictions were. I say Alaska and the Amazon. Give me king salmon, give me sockeye salmon, give me some mountain stream fishing, fly fishing on Alaska, why not? Let's just go for it. And then Amazon, I don't care about anything other than arapaima. Give me like some, whatever that would be, 300-pound fish? How big do they get? Troll 100%? I think it's gotta be. Britain in Alaska? Britain could have some interesting stuff. Britain would have Wells catfish, right? They get quite monstrous as well. Good. Glad that should have been a diamond. How do I do... Yeah, that just never works. Like, to punch through all that skull, it just never... I knew we shouldn't have done that. We still... What happened the second time? That's my question. Oh, he caught it. What a jerk. Look at that. It's perfect. He just said, nope. I'm going to catch that and keep it from getting to my lungs. Man, it has 1,000,000 IQ. I've never seen a croc that high, like, that close to its top estimate. Told you it was a troll? It was, right? That was a troll. 100%. Aren't kokanee sockeye? They are, but they're, what's the word? Is it infertile or something? It's something like that. Not the word, but like the reason they don't get nearly as big. Let me die slowly, please, for real. Catches bullets better than Kadarius Tony. Oh no. Tony's out here catching strays. He played alright yesterday, didn't he? I don't want peacock bass. So are they in the Amazon? I was thinking they were, but then I was thinking I might be confusing 2 different kind of fish. Landlocked? They are landlocked. But isn't there something else? Like, I thought they were... I almost thought they were like all males that were whatever. Couldn't procreate. I left a surprise in your Discord DMs? I'm intrigued as to what that might be. Are you also going to sit there and let me get really close to you? I found your surprise. What would you like for a new map in Call of the Wild? I still think Greenland would be awesome. Like, give us muskox, Arctic wolf, Arctic fox. I don't know what kind of ptarmigan it would be, or grouse. Snowshoe hare could be on a map like that. That was kind of violent. Smoked. Hey, you think you're escaping that fate or something? Oh, you might be. Quick, learn how to shoot. Wait, what if it goes in the cave? Come back. I want to chase you into the cave. No. Maybe? Possibly? No way. Come on, buddy, we're going on an adventure. I have to imagine this leads him to a dead end, which is going to be great. Uh-oh. we may have reached an impasse. What if he tries to land? I need a picture of you in this cave, so you're gonna have to come down from there. No? Very impressive hovering skills you have. Well, there's only one solution to this problem. What are the odds that I have the proper arrows for this? Nope. If only I could use traditionals. Alright, well. It was a valiant effort fleeing into the cave, bud. I'm proud of you for thinking outside the box. He's like a fan. What's a good average per run for fallow? It depends. Like, if you're herd managing, if you're not. I think I was getting, like, per run. Well, I'll put it this way. I was getting, like, 70 per hour. By the end of it, like, when fallow started to move around and stuff, I was probably getting, like, 30 per hour. It had slowed way down. Just showing what I missed. We shot a level 9 croc that should have been a diamond, except we kind of whiffed on it. Just hiding in the water. We're pretending it was a troll, but it wasn't. Just a bat in a cave. Wish the new maps that are coming out are Florida Coast and the Amazon. The Florida Coast is definitely something I think would be cool. The only reason, like when I did my predictions, the only reason I didn't choose that is because I want it to be Alaska, and I don't think they do, you know, 2 North America maps. Alright, where do we want to go for some of the deer? I guess up here. Feels like that gives us odds of pretty much everything other than Rusa. Hot take, every map should have a cave system that fast travels to other maps. Imagine going in that cave and popping out on one on Tailroa at the river. Be an interesting little, like, fast travel kind of mechanic. Want to say hog deer are drinking, so we might as well see if we can find any. Speaking of hog deer. When did you do your prediction video? The angler, it wasn't even a video, it was just a tweet. I should probably do a video on that. Maybe the next angler video we'll talk about it. Can you hunt sandbar? The hope is that we can find some sandbar at least. What do we have, 15 minutes? Oh my god. Time flies when you're chasing quail through caves, I guess. Have you thought about an overseas hunt? Like a hunt I would go on? It's hard for me to, like, want to do that. As weird as that sounds. Like, there's so much to hunt here, like, just in North America that I haven't gotten to do yet. I feel like I should at least branch out a little bit more there first. Maybe when I've done some hunting out west, like maybe go after pronghorn elk and stuff like that, it'll be more on the table for me, but like at the moment, you know, I've hunted outside of my home state like, what, 5 times? What is your first gun in real life, other than like a BB gun? I guess the first gun that was like really mine? Because Dad bought like a Rossi 410, I think, for us for squirrel hunting. And then he also got, there's another Rossi of some kind. Hunter Man knows what it is. It's the one with interchangeable barrels. There's a 22, a 243, and a 410 barrel on that. And then that was, the 243 was like our deer gun with that. First gun that was actually mine, I think was actually my grandpa's old 12 gauge, Remington 1100. Used to be called 1187. Or maybe is now called 1187? Yeah. But, hi. Quite the weird encounters we're having today. Yeah, as far as, like, guns that actually were, like, you know, my gun kind of thing, I guess that'd be my first. Help! Dang it, man. Had a single shot 410 that breaks apart in 3 pieces? I'm trying to... Where's the 3rd piece? Because obviously the barrel and the stock. Is the stock in 2 pieces? Alaska should be considered an overland hunt or something, because that's the furthest I want to go. I mean, if you went through Canada, it's overland. French fries. Very large French fries. Have you ever gotten a melanistic duck and call the wild? We've had plenty of melanistic mallards. They're quite common. We've had melanistic harlequins. What else? That might be it. Did any of the... Oh, no, we have had one melanistic cinnamon teal, but it was before trophy lodges. I don't think any of the new ducks have melanistics, or if they do, we've never killed one. You have some small hands? Oh, it was small hands, not large French fries? It's like holding an entire potato. Melanistic mallards are now actually very rare. Are they? I feel like I pass them up all the time in multiplayer. Maybe they're not actually melanistic and I just assume they are. What's up, Johnny? Mela magpie goose? Did we get one? I know Mel did. But that's not a duck anyway, but... Because I do have a Mela Canada goose. And I don't think those Melas are the ones on Rev. I've seen exactly one since Rev and Thule? Really? I know I killed one on, Tay. I don't know. I feel... Maybe I'm just looking at ducks in the distance and thinking that's what they are. I'll have to look a little closer. I think an alpine map would be cool with red deer, roe deer, chamois, European ibex. I don't know what a marmot is. Like, I've heard of that, but I actually don't know. What is the thing... What is the capybara the biggest of? Because in my head, that's that word, but it's not that. Anyway, red fox, black grouse, capercaillie, martins. I think that would end up being very similar to Rev and Thule Coast, which would make that tough. As cool... Like, that reminds me of Valdeball in Classic, which is one of my all-time favorite maps. There may need to be a little more variety. Is it just rodent? I thought there was another word. Guess not. Tony, they're really rare now. I've done so much duck hunting and saw none. Only got one that was a random single player kill? Huh. How interesting. But yet the rest of the, like, piebald ducks are still a dime a dozen. How weird. We don't need another red deer map? I mean, I'm with you on that. We definitely have had our fill of red deer maps. It's funny, like, they almost... I think they almost try to keep, like, whitetail and red deer, not sacred, but, you know. Leighton and Hirsch were kept special for a while, because we didn't have either of those species, and then I think Parquet, we finally got red deer on another map. And then whitetail we had to wait for all the way to Rancho. Jackson, thank you so much for the super chat. How much longer are you streaming? Like 10 minutes. We're going to try to see if we can kill like a couple of hog deer, sandbar, whatever we can run into through here. And that'll wrap this one up. We had a chance at a diamond today. I will give the Emerald Coast that. I like hunting this way on Emerald Coast. I think the problem that I run into is I feel like we have to hunt for crocs or we have to hunt for this or that. If we just hunt the entire map, it's quite enjoyable. Yes, just what I wanted. I kind of forgot what our loadout was. Okay, but if we hit that, that would have been nuts. Can you stay on longer? Probably another 10 minutes. I just joined. Well, unfortunately, right after the stream, I have to run up to my parents and help my brother with his bow, which was my bow last year. Looks like the weather's still cooperating for that. I should text him and make sure. Just wanted to show off my subscription badge. First stream since I hit 3 years. Look at that. Crossing guns. Appreciate you, man. Hope you're doing well. Alright. I have messaged my brother to see what's going on. Give us Africa 2.0? That would be nice. What guns do we even still have on us? 300... Hawk Edge, 2250, okay. And there's a hog deer down there, so we can try to get that. Opinion on Mike McDaniel taking the knee. I kind of wish they kicked it, because here's the thing. Scoring 70 points in today's NFL is a much bigger achievement than it was in, 72 points was in 1960 something? Back then, like, there were teams and there were individuals that were so much more talented, just like physically, than, you know, their opponents. You had games like that, you know, more frequently. You had games with 40-point margins, you know, fairly often, because there was just like a big gap in the talent. Now, I mean, like the worst... I'm sorry, Bottom Boy. The perceived worst team in the NFL going into at least this season was the Cardinals. The perceived best team in the NFL going into this week even was the Cowboys. The Cardinals just beat the Cowboys. Like, the talent gap is that small. The perceived worst team can beat the perceived best team literally any day. Like, a couple of plays here and there, some good schemes, some breaks, whatever it is, that kind of stuff can happen. So to beat any team by 50 points, to put up 70, and to have the chance to set the record, I think they should have done it. Because it is, in all likelihood, not going to happen again for 50 years. You had it dialed in last year, should be quick work? Well, he is using different broadheads. He's using 3 blades. It is, and different arrows. It is difficult to tune 2-blade heads. We won't get into that whole conversation right now, but just because, like, you look at the back of an airplane, right? The tail of an airplane has 3 fins, like a broadhead blade, or a 3-blade anyway, or like the 3 fletchings on your arrow. So the three blades typically are more stable. But even still, like, he's not 100% sure how he wants to do it, like how he should do it. I already was pretty familiar with said bow, so we'll do it that way. That takes a little longer. Should have just broken the all-time record of 73 just because? I mean, you know, like I'm saying, it's such a monumental thing. Now, is there a level of, like, respect or disrespect or anything that goes into that? I don't think there is. Sean Payton scored 62 against the Colts with Curtis Painter. You know, it wasn't like the Broncos were out there running with... Remember that running back or wide receiver that had to play quarterback during COVID? Like, that was their starters. Russell Wilson's out there. Javonte Williams played. I know they're a little weak at receiver right now, but they should have had the horses to be able to put up some points. The Broncos defense is supposed to be good. Stop us. I mean, what's his name? Mike White was in there throwing bombs. What's up, Camden? This season's going to be a crazy one. It definitely seems to be the case. Nice whitetail. I was playing someone in fantasy who had Mostert and A-Chain. Is it A-Kane? A-Chain? On the same team, and only he benched A-Chain? Oh, okay. I see that. Every time I see his name, I think it's pronounced Arcane, because I think it's Arcanine, because I'm a nerd, but such is life. No hog deer there. Trying to get to, like, this is a good spot. Might be our last spot, but this is a good spot worth checking. Wait, what kind of 3-star goose are we shooting there, Louis? You said it last week, though? What happened to the Broncos defense? Yeah, like... Is, like, Bradley Chubb's not there and Von Miller's not there. That doesn't equal giving up 70 points. Like, they were good all of last year. Let me look up. Let's see. Broncos schedule 2022. They did give up 51 to the Rams. You know what? Maybe we should have seen this coming. All right. So we go to week 1. They lost to the Seahawks by 1. They gave up 17. Beat the Texans. They gave up 9. I'm just going to tell you the amount they gave up. 10 to the 49ers. 32 to the Raiders. That's a rivalry game. I wouldn't put too much stock into that. 12 to the Colts. 19 to the Chargers. 16 to the Jets. 17 to the Jags. 17 to the Titans. 22 to the Raiders. 23 to the Panthers. 10 to the Ravens. 34 to the Chiefs. It's the Chiefs. 15 to the Cards. That 51 to the Rams on Christmas, maybe that was a sign. 27 to the Chiefs. 28 to the Chargers. 18 to the Cardinals. That was preseason. That Chargers was the last one. For the most part, like, they must have averaged less than 20 points a game given up last year. And then they gave up 70. I don't know, man. They look like the Bad News Broncos. Dude, Bad News Broncos and Bad News Bears. They are a real thing this year. Favorite gun to hunt deer with? I used a 30-30 for like 10 years. Always liked it. But then the last 2 deer I shot with it, I made good shots, heart shot a doe, and then double lunged a buck. And in both cases, the deer just kind of stood there. And I had to shoot him again. So I switched it up. I went to a 7mm Mod 8, whether it be Vanguard. I love that thing. I have not tracked a deer that I've shot with it yet, and I think I've shot 5. Every shot has been a heart shot, so that speaks to the consistency and accuracy of the gun. I just love it. Are there any male? Oh, yeah. Big male. There he is. Holy. Broncos country. Let's hide. You know, remember that video that their social team put out when he was, like, filming the things for the big screen? So he was, like, doing that. Broncos country. Let's ride. I saw that green screened behind a kitchen on fire with the smoke alarm going off, and he had a chef's hat on. Oh, it was bad, but it was great. Broncos country, at least we tried. Man, I don't even know, you know. I don't know for sure that they tried. That was bad. No, Bottom Boy, I didn't. Got a Mossberg 308 for my birthday. Kicks less than a odd 8. Nice. Hello. Ah, more big males. Perfect. So, you have to be a bow shot if you'll hang around. I mean, technically, you could shoot him with a 300. No. Why do you hate me? You deserve what you get. It's him saying that, then Arthur riding a horse off a cliff. Man, the memes write themselves sometimes. I generally like Russ, even though he's a bit of a corny goofball. And I've generally liked Sean Payton, even though he's had some interesting moments in his career. So I hope they figure it out, but oh boy. Favorite animal to hunt in Call of the Wild? It's actually wolves. I really like the wolf encounters. Like, you get 10 of them charging you. You try to find a way to weave between them, make shots, heal at the right times. It's fun. Like, you get to survive that. It's cool. Rebuilding since ever. I saw that, was it, what's his name? Garrett Bowles? There was an interview with him after the game. He said, I've been here for 7 years and all I've done is lost. So I looked it up and it was, I think he was literally drafted the year after they won the Super Bowl with Peyton. I did feel bad for him. Favorite gun to Wayne Hunter? It's probably got to be the SM-12 because it sounds so good. I liked the Remington 700 long range. Like, the actual model of the gun I thought was better, but it doesn't sound as good. The SM-12 sounds, it sounds like you're shooting a 300, you know? Like, it sounds beefy. Alright. Unfortunately, we did not kill a diamond croc. Not that that would have gone back to the main lodge anyway, because we already have a big one. But no such trophies for a lodge trip. So I think we'll be wrapping this stream up here. Headed to put a feeder up to get these bears coming around. There you go. You guys got a bear season down there? I assume you must have a bear season. Next stream date. So Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern over on Twitch. If you guys don't know, I stream on Twitch. Actually, more than I stream on YouTube. At Flinter Gaming over there, we'll be doing a classic stream. 7:30 p.m. Eastern Wednesday night on Twitch once again. And then Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern on Twitch. We'll have another stream. Whether that's Way the Hunter, Call of the Wild, The Angler, who knows. Anyway, on that note, that's going to do it for this one. So, as always, thank you guys for watching. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for all the support today. And I will see you in tomorrow's video, jumping back into the Hunter Classic and actually hunting their version of Australia. Bye!